So the homework was explain what a digestive enzyme and probiotic bacteria are, and then what happens to a plant without potassium, nitrogen, and phosphorus, and explain what the nitrogen cycle is, and read Bhagavad Gita 3.12 and explain who is a thief. So, who is a thief? Thief. Digestive enzymes are proteins that break down larger molecules like fats, proteins, and carbs into smaller molecules that are easier to absorb across the small intestine. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeasts that are good for you, especially your digestive system. When plants don't have enough phosphorus, they have thin stems that are weak. Their growth is stunted and their leaves turn dark bluish-green. When plants don't have enough phosphorus, they have thin stems that are weak. Their growth is stunted and their leaves turn dark bluish-green. And their leaves turn dark bluish-green. And then when plants don't have enough potassium, they don't have enough energy to grow properly. Their roots are not well formed and have weak stems and stalks. Yeah. When plants don't have enough potassium, they don't have enough energy to grow properly. Their roots are not well formed and have weak stems and stalks. The edges of older plant leaves appear burned due to insufficiency of water. When plants don't have nitrogen, they have thin stems and stunted growth. Their older leaves turn yellowish-green from nitrogen starvation. So the steps of the steps for the nitrogen cycle are so the first step is fixation, where the plants make the first step is fixation, and it makes nitrogen usable for plants. Bacteria changes nitrogen to ammonium. Then the second step is nitrification. Ammonium gets changed into nitrates by bacteria. Nitrates are what plants can absorb. Assimilation, how plants get nitrogen. They absorb nitrates from the soil into their roots. Then the nitrogen gets used in the amino acids, nucleic acids, and chlorophyll. Ammonification, when a plant or animal dies, decomposers like fungi and bacteria turn the nitrogen back into ammonium so it can re-enter the nitrogen cycle. Denitrification, extra nitrogen in the soil gets put back out in the air. There are special bacteria that do this. And then 3.12, others who prepare food for self or sense gratification are not only thieves, but also the eaters of all kinds of sins. For the last question.
Hare Krishna. Next.
This one.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Go, Agastya. I'm not going.
Arush.
No. Yes,
Arush.
Who wants to read next?
No.
Okay, Arush, you read.
So the first question was explain digestive enzyme and probiotic bacteria. Answers: digestive enzymes are a group of enzymes that break down polymeric.
Polymeric
How do you pronounce
macronutrients?
macromoleums? What does that mean? Yeah.
Macromolecules.
Yeah.
Macro means big.
Oh, okay. Into their smaller building blocks in order to facilitate their absorption by the body. Digestive enzymes are found in the digestive tracts of animals and humans. Enzymes are designed to break down food more thoroughly, which allows more absorption of the vitamins, minerals, and calories in food. There are a lot of side effects of digestive enzymes. Here are a few: nausea, diarrhea.
When you don't have proper digestive enzymes, right? Okay. Nausea means you're throwing up. And then what? Fever?
No. Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. That means you're pooping like liquid, like Krishna too. You have diarrhea? No? Oh, okay, good.
Abdominal cramping.
Abdominal cramping, okay. Feeling pain in the stomach.
Headache, neck pain, nasal congestion.
Congestion. Nasal congestion means your nose is blocked up.
Swelling of legs and feet and rash.
Wow, swelling of legs and feet and rashes. Wow.
Okay, now this is for probiotic bacteria. Probiotics are...
See how important digestive enzymes are. How do you get digestive enzymes naturally? Do you know? No? Yes, Krishna? Food that you normally, like pizzas and Oreo cookies.
Okay.
Wrong. Next. Anybody else have an idea?
Yogurt?
Yes?
Yogurt is probiotic.
No, yogurt's probiotics. Yes. Not well. Yes, papaya has digestive enzymes in it. Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Sprouts. You know what sprouts are? Sprouts, like mung sprouts and alfalfa sprouts. Any sprouted, fenugreek sprouts have live digestive enzymes. So you should always have some sprouts in your salad. Okay, go ahead.
Probiotics are living...
See, there's three types of enzymes, three major groups. One is digestive enzymes. Two is metabolic enzymes. That means it helps you assimilate the food into your bloodstream. And then there's oxidative enzymes that help you get oxygen into your blood. Okay. Now the digestive enzymes, you get them from raw foods, like sprouts, which is the best of the raw foods. But any raw food has some digestive enzymes in it. Now, your body, if you don't get digestive enzymes through your diet, your body has to make them. But it also has to make the metabolic enzymes and the oxidative enzymes. So when you eat food that have a lot of digestive enzymes, you make it easier for your body. Then it only has to worry about the metabolic and oxidative enzymes. So it's always important to have fresh, non-cooked food along with your cooked food. If you only eat cooked food all the time, then eventually your digestive system will have problems. But if you eat some fresh food, non-cooked food, along with cooked food, then you'll be a little healthier. So salads are important for getting natural digestive enzymes. Okay, go ahead.
Probiotics are living microorganisms with claims that they provide health benefits when consumed, generally by improving or restoring the gut flora.
Flora means the types of bacteria you have in your intestines, in your stomach, right? So you can have good and bad bacteria, but if you have more good bacteria, then your digestion is good. If you have more bad bacteria, then your digestion is very poor. And if you have no bacteria, you'll have hardly any digestion. Somehow or other, the food has to be broken down into smaller molecules, eventually down to glucose, which is the form of a carbohydrate or that you can use, your body uses to feed each cell, so the cell has energy. Okay, go ahead.
Probiotics are considered generally safe to consume. These are examples of probiotics: yogurt, kefir,
Kefir,
yeah, sauerkraut,
What? How do you spell it?
Sauer.
Sauerkraut.
Okay.
Sauerkraut, right?
Yeah.
Sauerkraut is made from it has to be mainly cabbage, but then you can put some other vegetables with the cabbage that are salted, and then if you keep the air out of you have to have an airtight container. Then it ferments and it grows probiotic bacteria. They feed. They're already there in fresh sauerkraut, but when you ferment it by bruising the sauerkraut so that the juice of the cabbage, bruising the cabbage so that the juice of the cabbage comes out, but you still have the cabbage leaves, but the juices come out somewhat, and that creates a reaction where it will ferment. And then it produces a lot of probiotic bacteria. Okay, sauerkraut. So yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. Any more?
Yeah.
What?
It's TEMPEH.
TEM.
Yeah.
It's called tempeh. It's a Japanese fermented, it's a Japanese ferment. So, okay, go ahead. You can buy that in health food stores. Tempeh. It's pronounced tempeh.
Kimchi.
What?
Kimchi.
Kimchi is another type of sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is a German word. Kimchi is a Korean word. But instead of using the regular cabbage, you use a special cabbage, and again it ferments. If you bruise it and you keep it in, put some salt and keep it in an airtight container, it ferments. And kimchi has a lot of spices in it also. It's very hot, very, very hot, or spicy. Go ahead.
Miso.
Miso is another Japanese fermented food. It's usually, I don't know what they ferment, it's some other fermented food. Go ahead. It's very salty.
Kombucha.
Kombucha is, it's made with a tea, and there's a kombucha mushroom, and you make that tea, and you buy the mushroom and you put it in a closed container, and 7 days later it becomes kombucha, a probiotic drink. And kombucha thing is like a yeast. it's a living entity, and they reproduce. So after some time, you'll have more kombucha, structures, beings, and they keep reproducing. Go ahead.
And pickles.
And pickles, yeah. Again, these are all fermented fruits, fermented vegetables. You usually ferment pickles. Well, okay, India makes achar, which is a type of pickle also, but it's not really very much fermented. But you can buy these pickles that have been fermented, and they're probiotic. Fermenting means if you create the right conditions, bacteria multiply, and they make a ferment has a little bit of alcohol in it, very little bit, less than 1% alcohol. Yeah. Anyone want to say something? Okay, go ahead.
So the second question was, what happens to a plant if they don't have enough nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium?
Okay.
So the answer is, when plants doesn't have enough nitrogen, its leaves turn yellow. And when a plant doesn't have enough phosphorus, its leaves turn dark bluish green. And when the plant doesn't have enough potassium, they don't have enough energy to grow.
Okay.
The next one was explain the nitrogen cycle. The first step to the nitrogen cycle is fixation, process of converting nitrogen to a more usable form.
Yes, nitrogen is naturally existing in the air. I think 78% of the air is nitrogen. Go ahead. But you can't use it. We can't use it. Human beings can't use it in its natural state. So something has to happen to it. Go ahead.
2. Decomposition, breaking down of nitrogen compounds by microorganisms in soil produces ammonia.
Ammonium, yes. Ammonium smells bad. And go ahead. It can hurt you, actually.
3. Nitrification.
What?
Nitrification.
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 Yeah.
Oh. Process by which ammonia is converted into nitrate and nitrite.
Nitrite.
Okay. And then 4. Denitrification, process by which nitrate is converted back into gaseous nitrogen.
Nitrate. It's converted back into pure nitrogen in the air. Okay.
4th question was, read Bhagavad Gita 3.12 and explain who is a thief. In the translation of Bhagavad Gita 3.12, it says, but who enjoys such gifts without offering them back to the demigods is certainly a thief. So a thief is a person who enjoys gifts by the demigods and not offering anything back.
Okay. Ultimately, we should offer to Krishna. If you offer to Krishna, then the demigods are satisfied also. And then whatever the demigods give us as a gift, it's given by Krishna to them first, and then they give it to us. So the demigods are simply agents of the Lord. So the agent receives something from the Lord and gives it out, or receives something as an offering for the Lord and then passes it on to the Lord. Okay? Good. Anybody else did their homework? All right. That's Ria.
What is the digestive enzyme? Digestive enzymes are microscopic chains of protein held together by amino acids.
Held together by what?
Amino acids.
Amino acids.
Amino acids. And I also searched of what amino acids are. Amino acids are. They're organic compounds that combine to form proteins.
Okay? They're what you
Digestive.
call a precursor of a protein. A precursor.
Oh, okay. Digestive enzymes are found all over your mouth, stomach, pancreas, and small intestine.
Yes.
Digestive enzymes are designed to break down different kinds of food. Each one is able to break down a specific food.
Wow. How many digestive enzymes are there? There must be a lot. Yes. What?
There are three main types.
Yeah. Well, what are the main three types?
Proteases, lipases, and amylases.
Say that again.
Proteases,
How do you spell it?
Proteases.
What's the first letter? C?
P.
Yeah. P-R-O. Then?
TEA
T-E-A.
and SES.
S-E. Protease. Or protease. Okay, and the second one?
Lips. LIPASES.
Okay, lipase. That's three.
And then AMYLASES.
A-M-Y-L-E-S.
LA.
L-A-S. Amylase. Okay, we'll continue after.
भक्ति सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। आनंद गोली वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गोश्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुमार राधा कुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। धाम की जय। नवनीत मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माँ यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। समस्त वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Assembly. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Okay, so who was up? Yes, go ahead, Ria.
Each one is able to break down a specific food. The second homework was, what is a probiotic bacteria? Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast that are good for your digestive system.
Right.
Probiotics are recommended by doctors to help with digestive problems. Probiotics could also trigger an allergic reaction, might cause mild stomach problems. They can cause stomach upset, diarrhea, or bloating. And then the other homework was, what happens when plants are lacking nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium?
Potassium.
Potassium. Okay. What happens when plants don't get enough nitrogen? Plants lacking nitrogen have thin, spindly stems, and their growth is stunted. Their older leaves turn yellowish green without enough nitrogen. What happens when plants don't get enough phosphorus? Plants lacking phosphorus have weak stems. Their growth is shortened.
What did you say?
They have weak stems.
Weak stems, yes.
Their growth is shortened and their older leaves turn dark green. Without phosphorus, the plants won't have the ability to produce seeds, fruits, and flowers. What happens when plants don't get enough potassium? Plants lacking potassium do not have enough energy to properly grow. Their roots are not formed well, and they have weak stems and stalks. The edges of the older plant's leaves appears almost burnt, as plants without enough.
The outer stems of.
No, the older plant's leaves, like the edges of the older plant's leaves, appear like burnt.
Burnt. Okay.
Yeah, as plants without enough potassium can't regulate and use water efficiently. These plants are more easily affected by bugs, pests, and diseases. They cannot survive through winters or droughts.
Very good.
Then the last homework was, what is the nitrogen cycle? The 4 steps of the nitrogen cycle are fixation, decomposition, nitrification, and denitrification. Fixation is the process of converting nitrogen into a more usable form. Decomposition is the process of breaking down nitrogen compounds by microorganisms in soil. Nitrification is the process by which ammonia is converted into nitrate and nitrite, and denitrification is the process by which nitrate is converted back into nitrogen.
Nitrate is converted back into nitrogen. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Anybody else?
Oh wait, there was one more.
Yeah, one more, yes.
Yeah, who is a thief? Using Bhagavad Gita 3.12. The translation of Bhagavad Gita 3.12 says, in charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. A thief takes supplies from the devas and uses it for sense gratification. A devotee is not a thief because he offers everything to Krishna, since he is the proprietor of everything. A devotee knows that by offering their things to Krishna, Krishna gets pleased, and so does the demigods. There is an example of a tree. By watering the roots, the whole tree gets nourished. So the devotees are like the farmers who water the roots, and the roots are like Krishna. The leaves and branches are like the demigods.
Very good. See, so most people are thieves. But if you call them a thief, they say, what do you mean? I never stole anything in my life. But how would you explain to them that they're a thief? Advitya. Okay. Yes. Kavya.
They take everything from the demigods, but they don't give anything back.
Yeah, I mean, again, the demigods are only able to give things because they receive it from Krishna, right? So basically they take things from Krishna and they don't offer anything back. So how do you offer something back to Krishna?
By doing devotional service.
By making an offering. It's called yajna, right? Sacrifice. Well, that is a type of devotional service, yes. Yes. Well, what are you giving back when you chant? Yeah, someone could say, oh yeah, I give back. I don't give back my money, I don't give back my food, but I chant Hare Krishna. So that's not really, you have to actually give something, right?
Only just fire sacrifices?
No. Well, at fire sacrifice, you have to buy things, and there's all different things you have to offer into the fire. The fire is the mouth of Krishna. It's like you have a mouth, right? So you're putting things into your mouth, right? And you're chewing on it, and you're swallowing it, right? So that's the mouth is the beginning of the digestive process. So the fire represents the mouth of Krishna, and you're offering things into the fire. There's grains, there's ghee, sometimes there's different foods, and so forth. And there's prayer, there are prayers. So Krishna, you're actually seeing Krishna accept it because it's going into the fire, it's burning. That's what happens when you eat food. The same thing happens. It goes into your mouth. You have digestive enzymes in the salivary glands, in your saliva. And then you swallow it, and there's digestive enzymes in your stomach, and then it goes into the small intestine. The digestive enzymes there, it goes into the big intestine. It's more or less stored there, but there's some digestive enzymes also. Yes.
Wait, so basically, if there's a fire anywhere, then it's Krishna's mouth?
If there's a fire anywhere, it's Krishna's mouth? No. Well, if there's a yagya, anyway, the fire of a yagya is a special fire. It's not, and there are 5 types of fires. It's not just, you light a cigarette and you say, oh, that's a yagya. It's not a yagya. First of all, you can't offer the cigarette to Krishna. He doesn't accept it. But fire, any fire, in a sense, is coming from Krishna, right? It's one of his energies. There's earth, water, fire, air, ether. So any fire you see, you could say that's a representative. It's representative of one of Krishna's 5 material elements. Right? But a sacrificial fire is a special thing, right? By which you can offer something to Krishna. What do you offer? Well, nothing belongs to us in the beginning, right? The air, the vegetables don't belong to us. The earth doesn't belong to us. Nothing belongs to us. But out of respect, before we offer things to Krishna first because it belongs to him. He's what you call the first enjoyer. Write that down. He's the first enjoyer. So anything good we acquire in life should be offered first to Krishna. And we are the second enjoyer. If Krishna accepts our offering, then he offers it back as his mercy. That's so there's the first enjoyer and the second enjoyer.
We are the second.
Yes, we are the second. So, Krishna is the first enjoyer. That means anything good, before you eat it, smell it, whatever, you should offer it to Krishna. So, sometimes people buy a new car. So, devotees buy a new car. What do when they buy a new car? They ask the devotee, they come to the temple and say, please do puja. Now, are we doing puja to the car? Huh? Then what's the puja being offered to? Huh? Yeah, there's a picture of Krishna, and we're doing arti to Krishna, and so forth. And then we're putting the picture in the car. So that means that Krishna owns the car, and therefore the car should only be used for sense gratification? No? Then what should the car be used for? Yes? Krishna's service, yeah. If you do the ceremony and you put the picture of Krishna in the car, that means you should only use it for Krishna's service. Now some people put the statue of Ganapati in the car. What does that mean? No, you do everything for yourself. That's what I mean. That's the idea. The people worship Ganapati for material opulence. If you put the picture of Krishna in a car, it means the car belongs to Krishna, and it should only be used in Krishna's service. Should it be used to go to Disneyland? Well, it depends how you're going to use your education. You're going to use it for sense gratification, or you're going to use it to serve Krishna? You don't know? Yes. No, do it for Krishna. Like, let's say you learn about, in school they can teach you sometimes learning mathematics, right? Learn math. So you can use the mathematics to glorify Krishna. Like there was this one devotee named Dr. Richard Thompson. His name was Sadaputtadas, initiated by Prabhupada. He was a PhD in mathematics. So he wrote books proving mathematically that Krishna exists. Yeah, he used his education to serve Krishna. What? Yeah, you can read it. You can read it. You can. It's on the internet. You can read it. Yeah. It's called. I gave him the money to print that book. What's the name of it? I'll tell you. It's not in my mind right now, but I'll come back to it. So you can use your education to serve Krishna, or you can use your education just to have sense gratification. But so who's the first enjoyer? Who's the secondary enjoyer? In other words, if you say I'm the secondary enjoyer, then you can't enjoy anything unless you offer it first to Krishna and do it sincerely so that he offers it back to you as his prasadam. Let's say you do a not sincere offering. How do you do a not sincere offering? Yes, Krishna, sounds like you've done this before. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically, if you're offering your favorite food, and it's like, okay, I'll be back in 1 minute, hope you're not or something like that.
You don't give Krishna time to eat, right? Yeah. How would you like if Krishna offered you something, and before you actually ate it, you take it back and eat it? Would you like that? Huh? No. Yeah, so if you make a sincere offering, then Krishna will accept and he'll offer it back as his mercy. If you make a fast and furious offering, and even when you're saying the prayer, you're not really meditating on offering it. You know, you're saying, I can't wait to eat this. So then you can't expect that it's going to be Krishna's prasadam. Yes?
When you're saying the prasadam prayers, like what do you think of? Like you just say them or like think of?
Yeah, you think of pleasing Krishna.
And just think of here after they give this offering, do you please accept it?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Prabhuji, how many minutes we should offer prasadam? Minimum.
Well, you have to, first of all, say the prayers, right, 3 times. And then you have to give Krishna some time to accept the offering, or eat the offering. How long does it take you to eat?
1 hour.
10, 15 minutes.
1 hour.
Huh?
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. Okay, so you wait, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. What do you do while you wait?
You should chant.
Yeah, time goes by faster if you chant. If you don't chant, you just think, when's the offering going to be finished? It's better to chant, right? Okay. So, who is a thief? Yes. What? A person? A person is a thief? Yes. Yeah.
Anyone who takes the resources that Krishna gives us, but then doesn't give anything back.
Yes, so in other words, we're the secondary enjoyer, but we become a thief when we say, I'm the first enjoyer. Put your hand in front of your mouth when you yawn, okay? Like this. And you can open your mouth as big as you want. Nobody's seeing it. Okay. So, and all right, so who's next? Wait a minute. Okay, you go ahead. You go next. Microphone, yes. Speak loudly into the microphone and speak slowly.
Okay. What are the digestive enzymes? There are a group of enzymes that are break down into smaller molecules
Yes.
and into smaller building blocks in order to facilitate an absorption by the body. They have classified based on the target substrates. They're good because they help the body break down fats, carbohydrates, and proteins.
Very good.
What is probiotic bacteria? Probiotic bacteria are live bacteria and yeast that are good for you, especially in the digestive system. Probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they keep your gut healthy.
Keep your what?
Guts.
Gut. That means your stomach and your digestive tract.
What happens to plants without enough NPK? What symptoms? Plants don't get enough phosphorus, have spindly thin stems, are weak. Their growth is stunted or shortened, and their older leaves turn into a dark bluish green. The ability of phosphorus deficient plants to produce seeds, flowers, and fruits are diminished. Read 3.12 and tell who the
Oh, wait a minute. You covered phosphorus. Did you do potassium and nitrogen?
It didn't say anything about it. It said they were okay, but it said the potassium was slow for the plants.
They said what? Speak in the microphone.
It said the potassium. It said the phosphorus was low for the plants.
Phosphorus what?
It was low.
Slow growing plants.
Yeah.
So did it say anything about potassium or nitrogen? No. Okay.
And then read 3.12 and tell who the thief is. The one who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. When we enjoy the gifts and we don't give back something in return, it's a thief.
Okay. All right. Next. Shivani.
We were supposed to explain what digestive enzymes were.
Yeah.
So in the Google Dictionary it says, digestive enzymes are a group of enzymes that break down polymeric macromolecules into their smaller building blocks in order to facilitate their absorption by the body.
Okay, so basically,
Yeah.
a carbohydrate is a complex type of sugar, right? So the digestive enzymes will break it down into simple sugars. And the simplest one that you need to be able to nourish your cells is glucose, Glucose, glucose. Glucose. You got that, Krishna? Glucose, Glucose. So polymeric means it's complex, a lot of carbons, a lot of hydrogens, a lot of oxygens, and it's complex structure, But then the digestive enzymes start breaking it down, and you end up with a simple sugar like glucose, which is, what's the chemical formula for glucose? It's carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, right? It has a certain chemical. We should look that up, by the way.
It's like C6H12O22, something like that.
Okay. Do you have that written down?
No, but in school we learned it. I can search it up.
So write down this this chemical formula for glucose?
Oh, it's C6H12O6.
Okay, C6H12O6.
Yeah.
That means there's 6 atoms of carbon, 12 of hydrogen, and 6 of oxygen. So this is a simple sugar. Now, complex sugars can have, C100, H200, O300, some,
Yeah.
So it's much more complex, and your body can't digest that. It can't be used, right? So it has to be broken down, and you break it down with digestive enzymes. You see. So digestive enzyme is very important. If your body doesn't make enough digestive enzymes, usually when you get older, it doesn't make enough digestive enzymes. So then you have to take digestive enzymes, in a pill form. But if you're a healthy person, then even you get older, your body will be able to make digestive enzymes, and you help it along by eating foods that have digestive enzymes, such as sprouts or raw foods. So it's always good to have some raw food with every meal to help you improve your digestion. Okay, go ahead.
Benefits of digestive enzymes are you don't need an overt enzyme deficiency to benefit from over-the-counter digestive enzymes.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the drugstore or the supplement store and buy digestive enzymes, because you're getting it from your food. So a person who's healthy, they eat healthy. So they only eat those things that are nutritionally dense and have live digestive enzymes in them. And in most nutritionally dense, high digestive enzyme foods are sprouts.
Yeah.
And you can grow sprouts in your home. In fact, this is your homework for next week. You have to grow sprouts. You have to grow some sprouts. You eat them after you offer them to Krishna. I'm going to explain to you how to do it now. It's only going to take 3 to 5 days. No, to grow them. So if you start today, you'll have plenty of sprouts by next Saturday. What? Yeah, they grow in winter. They grow all year round. You become a kitchen farmer. You farm in your kitchen. Okay, now, here's what you need to sprout. A clean cotton cloth, that's all. That's all you need. You don't need soil. You don't need to buy a machine or anything. It's just, you need a cotton cloth. That's it. Okay? All right. Now, second thing you need are some natural seeds. Now, you have the natural seeds already. Do you know where they are in the house? Huh? What? Yeah, they're in the kitchen, yes. You know where they are in the kitchen? No. Well, yeah, you have seeds and vegetables, yes, but no, you already have but even those seeds, they have to be dried before you can use them. But you already have dry seeds in your house. Well, you can sprout. No, wait a minute. It has to be a seed, right? It has to be whole. It can't be broken down. Yeah, chana, I mean chickpeas. That's one. Okay, write it down. Write it down. You have this in the house already. You don't have to go out and buy anything. Chickpeas, ChickPeas. 1. 2, anyone can think of another one that you have in the house. It has to be whole. It can't be broken. Yes, Krishna. Sunflower, but wait a minute. Is it in the shell or is it already, what? Okay, is it a roasted sunflower seed? You sure? If it's roasted, will it grow if it's roasted? No. Okay, when it's out of the shell, you might or might not be able to sprout it because they might have done something to it, like heat it up at one time or put some chemicals on it or who knows what. So it's better to get, the seed has to be in the shell. Okay. What? Okay, flaxseed. But flaxseed is a little difficult to sprout. But yes, flaxseeds. Anything else? Yes. Whole mung dal, whole green mung dal, yes. Flax, F-L-A-X. But they're a little hard to sprout. You have to use a special technique to sprout those. And then mung beans. Anything else? Yes. Ragi, no, because they probably took the shell off of it. Let's just say maybe, yes. What? Okay. It will? Okay, then write down ragi. Ragi is a type of millet. But is it whole or is it, you sure? You have whole ragi seeds in your house? Right now we don't have. Okay, that's it. Only what you have. Then you can buy it, but it's better you don't buy anything, right now. Yes. Fenugreek. Yes, it sprouts really easily. Fenugreek, F-E-N-U-G-R-E-E-K. It sprouts very easily, yes. Mustard also sprouts very easily, M-U-S-T-A-R-D. All right, we're on a roll now. Yes. Coriander. Coriander seeds, some of them sprout, some, because whenever you get seeds that have come from India, there's several problems with them. One, they might have been irradiated, in other words, nuked, because they don't want to nuke the seeds, but they want to nuke the insects that might and bacteria that might be in the seeds. So sometimes they nuke them, as they say, or they irradiate them to get rid of any, bacterias and things like that, because it's coming from India, right? So ideally, it's best to buy organic seeds, where they don't do it. They don't do anything like that. Yes. Peas, yeah, they're a little hard to sprout, but yes, peas. Any seed will sprout, but some of them are very hard to sprout. You have to use special techniques, and some of them are very easy. So fenugreek is easy. Chickpeas are easy. Mung beans are easy. Mustard, pretty easy. What? F-E-N-U-G-R-E-E-K. Okay, so let's just work with those 4 seeds. You have fenugreek, yeah? Chocolate beans? Cocoa beans. Yeah, it would have to be in the shell. I'm not, if it's out of the shell and maybe some part of it is broken, it won't sprout very well. Yes. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Fenugreek, F-E-N-U-G-R-E-E-K. Okay. You know the others? What are they? Chickpeas. C-H-I-C-K-P-E-A-S. Yes. What? Yeah. They will, red kidney beans, right? Yeah, they'll sprout. Okay, anyway, we'll choose the 4 easy ones. Chickpeas. No. Flax seeds are more difficult. What? Mustard and mung beans. Those are 4 easy ones to sprout.
Mung beans or mung dal?
It's the same thing.
Oh.
But it has to be whole, right? It can't be broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so your homework, yes. We already said that, fenugreek. Okay, now, your homework is you can choose 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of them. But if you're going to do all 4 at the same time, you need 4 cotton cloths, right? Yeah, now I'm going to explain to you how to grow it now. Okay, now you know which ones grow easily. Now we're going to explain how to grow it. You ready? So Advitya, stop playing with your foot. Yeah. If you don't know where to put the foot in your mouth. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how to do it. Number 1, wet the cloth. Make sure it's clean, first of all, and then you wet it. And then let it dry. In other words, you wash it and let it dry. You have to make sure it's clean. Number 2, you get the seeds, you put it in a glass, you know, or a cup, and you take 1 inch of the seeds, right? 1 inch of the seeds. Now, don't choose a big container and take 1 inch. You'll have too much. Just get a cup and put 1 inch of seeds in the cup, and then put in 2 or 3 inches of water to cover it. So you take a regular cup, and you put like 1 inch of the seeds in the cup, and then you cover it with water, with 2 or 3 inches of water, okay? Now you leave it overnight in a place that's a little bit warm, like the kitchen. Leave the cup with the seeds in the water overnight. And now the next morning, you get your clean, dry cloth and you wet it again. And then you pour off the water in the cup with the seeds. You can do it through a strainer, right? Pour off the water in the cup with the seeds, right? So you have the seeds now without water on it. And then you spread the seeds in your cloth. You spread the seeds in your cloth. And you did that the night before. And then the next day you pour the water off, and now you're going to put the seeds in the cloth. You got it?
Basically, after you pour water in the cup, you wait overnight.
Yes. Okay, now you spread the seeds out like in a straight line in the cloth, and now you roll the cloth like a cigar. You know what a cigar looks like?
Wait, so you like spread the
Seeds out in a straight line.
Oh, in a straight line.
In a straight line. You spread the seeds out in the cloth in a straight line. And now you fold over the cloth and make it into like a cigar. You roll it, right?
Okay.
And it depends on how big your cloth is. If you, obviously you should get a cloth that's at least 1 square foot. Okay? 1 square foot, 12 inches on each side. And now you roll it like a cigar, and then you fold over the 2 edges, and you put it into a black plastic garbage bag. No, okay. You need a plastic bag. And it can be a black plastic garbage bag, it can be a white plastic garbage bag, it can be any plastic. And then you put your cotton cloth with the seeds in it in the plastic bag, and then you leave it in the kitchen, put it in a drawer that you have in the kitchen, and you forget about it. And the cotton cloth is wet, right? And the seeds have been soaked overnight. You just forget about it now for 3 days.
And we like keep it anywhere that's like any
You can keep it anywhere. You want to keep it in your room, in a drawer, you want to, I don't know. You want to put it in your closet. Don't put it in the toilet. Okay. So now, yeah, someone will come back, well, you told us to put it anywhere. I put it in the toilet. You know, no, I didn't tell you to put it anywhere. So now you have, and after 3 days, you open up and presto, voila, they're already growing, right? Now you put them, you take all the sprouts, now it's a sprout, and you empty it into a bowl, right? And no, you can, but no, the first thing you do is put water. Now you can eat it then, you can, but you want them to grow bigger now. They've grown to be like this, right? Now you want them to grow bigger. So you put water in the bowl and soak it for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Then you pour the water off, and now you leave it on the kitchen, somewhere in the kitchen where the sunlight is not directly on it. You just leave it. First you put water in the bowl, you want to hydrate them. You want to make sure they stay wet, right? Because they've been sitting in that cloth for 3 days, right? So in order for them to grow, they have to always be a little bit wet, not covered with water, but you wash it one time. In other words, you put water in your bowl, and then you pour the water off. You leave it in the bowl with water for like 10, 15 minutes, and then you pour it off. And now you just leave it alone for 24 hours, and the next day you'll see they grow bigger. And then again, the next day you put water in the bowl, and then you pour it off after 10 minutes. And you leave it again for 24 hours, and now they grew even bigger.
Do you like cover it with a cloth?
If you want, you can, yeah.
Okay.
So now they're growing. So now, after 5 days, they're at their maximum nutritional and enzymatic, let's say, potential. Jai Shishirada Nilamada Vikishe. You see? You understand? So now you offer them to Krishna, and you can start eating them. Okay? Now, if you can't wait till the 5th day, you want to eat them right away when you take them out of the cloth. You can also, but they're better. The 5th day, they're at their highest potential. They have a lot of enzymes, and all the minerals and the vitamins have evolved, have developed, because they grew. See, a seed is very powerful. It has everything necessary for the plant to grow very fast in the first 5 to 10 days. And all the nutritional, let's say, elements in it expand very quickly. And therefore, it's the most nutritional food that you can eat. Yes. What if you don't eat it? What? Your homework is not complete. Yeah. Yeah. What if you put some in your ear, not in your mouth? Why don't you ask me that question? Then your homework is not complete. Also, what if you put some in your hair and you don't eat it? It's not complete. You have to eat it also for your homework to be complete. Yes. Yes. Okay, next. Let's see.
Oh wait, I didn't finish reading.
Okay, you finished, huh? Go ahead.
Okay, so you don't need to over-enzyme deficiency to benefit from over-the-counter digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes can take the stress off any type of digestive issues such as gas, bloating, acid reflux, diarrhea, constipation, and more. So
they're really good for you, right?
Yeah, they're really good for you.
And now you know how to make
sprouts.
Digestive enzymes without going to the health food store to buy them. By the way, they're expensive when you buy them.
I know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Foods with digestive enzymes are bananas, avocados, papayas, kiwis, pineapples, and miso.
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 Miso is a Japanese fermented
Okay.
thing.
Then probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria.
So you can get digestive enzymes also from that list of things. But you want to get the most and the cheapest. Because all those things you have to buy them. You can't grow them, right? But you want to get the cheapest and the most. It's by what?
Sprouts.
Sprouts. And now you know how to grow sprouts.
Probiotics are live bacteria and yeasts that are good for you, especially for your digestive system. But your body is full of bacteria, both good and bad. Probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they can keep your gut
healthy. You have
healthy.
what's called a probiotic and an antibiotic.
Yeah.
You ever hear about antibiotics? Antibiotics kill things. And probiotics help you. Sometimes they kill things also, but they don't kill good bacteria. They only kill bad bacteria. Okay?
You can find probiotics in supplements and foods, and in some foods like yogurt.
You see, they never tell you how you can make it yourself.
Yeah.
These are all things you have to buy, right? Now, we're going to learn how to make it yourself. Okay, second homework. Second homework. You have to make yogurt. Huh? You know already how to make yogurt? What did you say? You don't? Okay. What? Wait a minute. I can't hear him speak. Don't talk Krishna. Very what? Sour. Not you're saying sour. I can't understand it, sour. I don't know what that means. Sour. Yeah. You're not chanting Hare Krishna when you make it. That's why it's turning sour. You have to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Now I'll explain to you. Well, first of all, have any of you made yogurt before? No, wait a minute. No, your mom made it. That doesn't count. You have to make it. So, Merle, you've made yogurt before? No. Is that yogurt? No. Okay, so don't raise your hand. Kavya has made yogurt. Yes? Can you explain how you made it? Wrong. If you do that, it won't turn into yogurt. The first part was right. You have to take some yogurt culture, but now, if you just put yogurt culture in milk and then put it in the oven and heat it up, you didn't say what heat it has to be, and you have to keep it hot all night. You didn't say what heat it has to be. It'll probably not end up being yogurt. Yes?